Alrighty, hello class. Just continuing on to what Byron was telling you. So, rule of law continue, duty. So, in context of physical disabilities, Ohio law imposes a duty on the physical disabled, a blind person in this case, to exercise that degree of care which an ordinarily prudent person similarly afflicted would have exercised in comparable circumstances. And this is from Burnett versus McDonald. Alrighty, rule of law, breach of duty. Um, in determining whether a physical disabled person, of course, exercise ordinary care for his own safety, disability or infirmity must be considered as one of the attendant circumstances. In other words, the standard of care which must be exercised is still ordinary care, but the disability or infirmity is deemed one of the circumstances. If he used that degree of care that the ordinarily prudent person exercised under all circumstances, he was not negligent. If he did not use that degree of care, he was negligent. Rule of law continued on breach of duty. While there are no cases in Ohio that address the specifics of breach regarding the blind, other courts have found that the failure of blind persons to use adequate aids in or their other senses in public constitutes breach of duty. This is from Smith versus Sneller. In a parentheses, it says a blind man may not rely wholly upon his other senses to warn him of danger, but must use the devices usually employed to compensate for his blindness. In the exercise of due care, it is his duty to use a common, well-known compensatory device for blind people, such as a cane, a seeing eye dog, or a companion. Applying rule of law. Coker versus McDonald's Corporation. It says the ordinary prudent blind person who is reasonably using a cane, dog, or the guidance of her companions should discover open and obvious conditions to the extent these aids permit. For our conclusion, although blind, Bill has every right to venture outdoors like any other person. Bill also has the right to smoke like any legal age adult. Bill's blindness requires a duty to employ devices, especially while outdoors and smoking, to compensate for his lack of sight to avoid injury to others. Although Bill used a service cane, he used it negligently. Also, Bill could have used other senses such as smell to determine his location. Because Bill lit a match for his cigarette, he caused a fire in nearby bushes. This fire caused an explosion, causing serious injuries and massive damage. So, to answer our question, yes, Bill is negligent, definitely. And thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you.